Hello. Hello, friends and followers. So I finally have the volume on this Pegasus Python 3 control program normalized. And you might say, well, what does that really mean? Well, here's what it means. So when you're on amateur radio and you're looking at bands like the AM broadcast band, 160, 80 meters, 60, those can have a lot more atmospheric and a lot more hiss noise. And 40, 30, 20, as you go up in frequency, the noise factor goes down. So I had to raise the volume when I click on these manually, and I got tired of doing that. So what I finally implemented was, when you operate the volume now on this Pegasus control program, it sets an absolute volume level inside the Pegasus, and that does not get changed by anything but this volume set button here or this volume drop down here. When these band selections want to change the volume, they then set a relative volume by adding increments to the master volume stored in the Pegasus. And I can show you that code, how that looks. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. So here is the code where all these buttons have handlers in jQuery, so in JavaScript. So when I say hit the broadcast band, I'll set the step to a large step of 10 kcs. I'll put the filter wide, I'll go to AM mode. I'll start at that frequency there, which is a station I like. And then here, because that's so loud, I'll subtract a number 5, and that's really a 5 hex, I think, from the master volume level. And conversely, here on 160, I'll add 10 to it. On 80, I'll add 9, and that's because 80 was pretty noisy. On 60, I'll add 12 relative volume. On 40, I'll add 10. So I did this all just by trial and error of how I like the sound from my ears from the radio speaker. On 30, I'll add 8. And on 20, I'll add 10. This seems rather obtuse in that I would think these numbers will go up. Okay, on 17, there's 15 added to it. And on 15 meters, there's 22 added to relative volume. So yeah, we are now increasing the volume. On 12, I'm adding 50. So that's a huge drop in audio. And on 10, I'm adding 112. So that makes a big difference. So now these WWV buttons here are all AM mode. So for that, for 2.5 WWV, I'm adding a 10. For .5, about the same thing, a 10. So I guess these are pretty much the same sound level across all of them on 2.5, 5, and 10 megahertz. On 15, it's the same. Then when you hit 20 megahertz, I add a bit more relative volume, 20. 20 to be added to master volume, and this one I had to increase it a good bit. For CHU, about the same thing. There's 10 and a 10 and a 10, and so that's it. So that's how that works, and let's show you how it actually sounds. Okay, so turn the volume up a little bit for the broadcast band. Nothing there. Okay, there's a station I listen to a lot. Okay, here's 160. So now when I hit all these buttons and set a certain volume level, you want to have the same appearance of about the same volume across all these bands or buttons. So let's try that out. Static level. So it's a little better. And if I then go back here, say, I decrease the volume a good bit, that level should hold then across all of these with a reduced volume. And it does. We'll set the volume now real low. And what about for these markers like WWV? So it looks like I still have some operational problems once in a while. But I'm happy with how the volume turned out. So that's about that. This program now is fairly usable to do amateur radio work. So 40 meters is active now at about 12:14 p.m. here in Las Vegas. There's probably a few people on here talking. Well, there's no one on here to talk to, and that's fine, but if I want to now get ready to talk on 40 meters, I simply hit the antenna 40, which will tune the antenna tuner to 40 meters. And that's it. And now I can check my SWR by transmitting a bit. Transmit power to 15 watts. Let's enable transmitter. Tune the transmitter, and we'll see that we're transmitting 18 watts forward, none reflected. Raise the power. Nothing reflected. Increase the power. Nothing coming back. So then we can check 20 meters. It's a popular band. You can basically try the same thing on here. Could now say go to 20 meters, antenna tune. It tunes very quickly. Transmitter on. Nothing coming back. So I'm really happy with how this program turned out and how the tuner works now, and I'm able to probably find stations and talk to them. The only other drawback is I only have 100 watts and I have an end-fed antenna, so this doesn't really get out very far. I can't get to Florida at night, I can get to New York State at night, but the signal is very, very weak on 40 meters, and 80 doesn't work very well. So I would say the station works, but it's marginal at best. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Have a great day.